Have you ever asked yourself a question why some people are really good at what they do and reach consistently great results in comparison to the rest of specialists in their area? Well, I've been absolutely fascinated by this question and spent a lot of time researching it. And what I realized is this: true specialists with special skills and deep knowledge work out the structures, the systems of their trades, and then apply the structures and systems on a consistent basis. This allows them to bring consistently amazing results over and over again. Hello, my dearest friends. My name is Svetlana Shlapak, and I'm a senior immigration solicitor based in London, UK. And I'm also the creator of this free ukvisasuccess.com channel. I won my first immigration case at the tribunal back in 2003, and this gives me over 15 years of experience in UK immigration field. I've created another special video series for you called Deconstructing Immigration Rules, where I've deconstructed over 30 immigration categories for you. I've created this video series with only one aim: to help you understand the structure of immigration rules, because knowing the structure always helps achieve astonishing results. And for those of you who want to see how to apply this structure in practice, you can also check my other video series where I show you how to do exactly that. It is called ukvisasuccess.com frequently asked questions. Okay, let us deconstruct your next immigration category. In today's video, I am going to show you the key elements of a visa application to enter the UK as a child of a parent with a partner or parent's visa. This particular video is for a child who is outside the UK and who wants to enter the UK. There are three key elements to a visa application. The first one is the applicant, the child, will need to meet the suitability requirements. The second one, they need to meet the eligibility requirements, and the last one, they need to follow the correct procedure in order to succeed with their application. The suitability requirements consist of two types of suitability requirements. The first one is mandatory, and the second one is the discretionary. Mandatory is when the decision maker has no choice but to refuse the application if the child is scored by one of the suitability requirements. And the discretionary grounds for refusal is when the decision maker has a choice and can either allow or refuse the application. And what does this mean to meet the suitability requirements? It simply means that you persuade the decision maker that the person who wants to enter the UK is a suitable person. And I've created a very detailed video explaining the suitability requirements for someone who wants to enter the UK. And if you want to know more, you're more than welcome to go through a library of the videos which I've created and find the one on suitability requirements. The eligibility requirements consist of three key elements. The first one is the applicant will need to meet the relationship requirement. The second one, the applicant will need to meet the financial requirements. And the third one, they will need to meet the accommodation requirement. And there are four key components to the relationship requirement. The first one is the applicant, the child, will need to be under the age of 18. The second one, they must not be married or be in civil partnership. The third one is they must not be leading an independent life. In other words, they will need to still be dependent on their parents. And the last one is when the applicants meet one of the following. First of all, where their parent has a visa to enter the UK or to remain in the UK as a partner or a parent. Secondly, where the father or the mother, the second partner, is the child's or the children's natural father, or the applicant number one and the parent with a visa has a sole responsibility over the children, or there are serious and compelling family or other considerations which make exclusion of the child or children undesirable, and suitable arrangements have been made for the child's care. This is normally met where the second parent is unable or unwilling to look after the kids in their country of origin, and therefore the mother or the father who is with the partner or parent's visa wants to take them to the UK. And then we have the financial requirements, which can be met in three of the following ways. The first one is when the applicant, or rather the applicant's partner, can show that they meet the minimum income requirements. The second one is when they can meet the financial requirements by the way of showing that they have enough savings. And the last one, where they can show that they can be exempt from meeting the financial requirements altogether. Meeting the minimum income requirement is very simple. It's very similar to the way where the partner meets the financial requirements. So the partner will need to be in receipt of at least £18,600 gross, and for one child it will be the amount of an additional amount of £3,800, and for each additional child it will be £2,400. And then we have an ability to meet the financial requirements by the way of showing that the applicant or the applicant's partner has enough savings. And the formula for calculation is the following. The decision maker will only start taking your savings into consideration if you have above £16,000, and then he will take or she will take a shortfall and multiply it by 2.5. Let me show you how this works. Let me give you an example. Suppose we have a family of four. The mother is a visa national, the father is a British citizen, and the mother has two children from previous relationship. The minimum income requirements for this family, the minimum income which the British citizen father will need to show is the following. So it will be £18,600 plus. For the first child, it will be £3,800, and then it will be £2,400 for the second child. So altogether, the minimum income requirement for this particular example will be £24,800. Then we need to establish what the father's actual income is. In this particular example, it will be £24,000. Once we've established the actual income, we need to calculate the shortfall, and the formula for calculation is the following. It's £16,000 plus a shortfall and multiplied by 2.5. The shortfall in this particular example will be the following. So we need to take the minimum income requirements for this family. It will be £24,800, and then we need to deduct £24,000, and this is the amount of the shortfall. So it will be only £800 for this particular family. And so what we do next, we take the amount of a shortfall, which is £800 for this particular example, and then we need to multiply it by 2.5, and then we need to add £16,000. You have to remember that the 2.5 and the £16,000 will always be constant in these particular calculations, so it will always be the same. The shortfall may be different, but the 16,000 and 2.5 will always be the same. And this is how much in savings the partner and the applicant will need to show they have in order to succeed with their application. And the final key element of the eligibility requirements is the accommodation requirement. It consists of two elements. First of all, the applicants will need to show that the property will not be stature overcrowded as a result of them joining the British citizen partner and the visa national parent in this property as a result. In other words, there will be enough space for everyone who lives in the house. Just a few points to mention. First of all, for the purposes of making this application, the sitting room can be counted as a separate bedroom, and kids of a opposite gender cannot live in one room if they're over 10 years old, and if the child is under the age of 1, and they will not be taking into calculations. And the second element, they will need to prove that the property does not contravene public health regulations. In other words, it is safe to live in this property. I've never seen refusals on this particular grounds, so I don't think you should be particularly concerned about this particular requirement. But the thing is, even if the applicant meets all the suitability and eligibility requirements, but they do not follow the correct procedure when making the application may still be refused. And therefore, it's very important to understand the correct steps which one needs to take in order to make this application. The procedure consists of a number of elements as well. First of all, they will need this. This is only visa for someone who makes an application from outside the UK. Secondly, they will need to complete 2 forms. And if you stay with me until the end of this video, I'll explain to you how you can get the links to these 2 forms. Then they will need to pay the correct fee and to pay the immigration health surcharge. And I'm afraid it's the same amount for adults and the kids. And then they will need to submit this application to the designated post. So it will either be an embassy or a British High Commission. And then if the application is successful, it will be granted for the same duration as the parents' visa, and the conditions will be the same as on the parents' visa. Normally, this is a no recourse to public funds, so they will not be allowed to claim benefits when the application is successful. And they just increased the immigration health surcharge. Now it's £400 per year, and as I mentioned before, it's for the kids and for the adults is the same price. And if, for example, one was granted a visa for 2 years, then they will need to pay £800 per applicant. And these were the 3 key elements of an application for a child to enter the UK as a child of a parent with a partner or parents visa. If you want to know which forms they will need to complete, and if you want to have more information about this type of application, you're more than welcome to click the link in the description or to visit ukvisasuccess.com/children, where you'll get all the necessary information within less than 60 seconds. And before you go, I wanted to share some exciting news with you. On request of my subscribers, I'll now be publishing a ukvisasuccess.com newsletter. I value your and my time, and therefore in this newsletter I'll be straight to the point. It will be published once a week, and in this newsletter I'll be giving you 5 actionable practical things, and as a ukvisasuccess.com subscriber, you will be the first one to see them before everyone else does. And here is the format of the newsletter. I'll be sharing a new video, a new information card. I'll be answering one of the most frequently asked questions submitted by my newsletter subscribers. And I'll be sharing one random thing which is completely unrelated to UK immigration law, but this is going to be something which inspired me and something which may inspire you as well. And finally, I'll be sharing news of the UK immigration world with you and making announcements about free masterclasses, ebooks, mind maps, which I am creating for you guys on a regular basis. The subscription process takes less than 30 seconds, and the link is in the description. If you found this video useful, you can do 3 things right now. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can visit my free website at ukvisasuccess.com. And most importantly, you can share this video with those who may benefit from it. By sharing these videos, you may help others avoid refusals of their immigration applications. Because in immigration law, knowledge and clarity are the key ingredients to success. Thank you so much for your support and for your positive feedback, which incredibly inspires me and gives me fuel to create more and more videos clarifying various aspects of UK immigration law. Have a great day, everyone.